This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Encompass Health, North Shore Community College, Leo Inc., Brotherhood Credit Union, and Deolis Brothers Construction.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of LCTV News. I'm Danny Vittori, and the younger generation took over headlines this week in fields ranging from climate change to local government. More changes are on the horizon for Lynn, thanks in part to federal and state support. Here's the news for Friday, April 12th, 2024. State and local officials gathered in the Charter Development Office at Lynn Harbor Park to celebrate a $500,000 federal grant, which will be used to reimagine the city's infrastructure. This grant will support developments at the private Riverworks commuter rail stop, redesign the street layout to improve public transportation, and promote mixed-use development along the coastline. In total, these three projects would cost about $30 million, but the results would be far-reaching, as a new street network could create 4,000 more units of housing, 15% of which would be affordable. This plan would also open up 1.7 million square feet of commercial space and increase job opportunities in the manufacturing realm. According to U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, housing is a major priority and should be where the federal government is focusing funding. Spectators filled the gym at St. George's Greek Orthodox Church to watch the 67th annual Harry Aganis basketball tournament this past weekend. Featuring players from across the country, this charitable event helps fund events for the church and other organizations.
This past weekend, our own Mukala Kabongo went down to St. George Greek Orthodox Church to cover the 67th annual Harry Aganis Invitational Basketball Tournament. Since 1956, the tournament has been taking place at the Harry Aganis Memorial Gymnasium inside the church and features over 25 teams consisting of Greek-American players from all over the United States. This year, the tournament ran from Friday, April 5th to Sunday, April 7th. It's privately funded, and donations are provided by both sponsors and teams participating. Some of these donations go to charity programs, and the rest go to St. George youth programs. As well as the actual games being played, the event also features a number of different awards, including the George K. Mazarius Recognition Award, or the quote-unquote Maz Award, which this year went to Vasily Malios. Vasily talked about his connection to the church through basketball.
A lot of my life was built here in the church. And it was through basketball. That was my connection to the church.
Ultimately, a good cause and good competition rolled into one occasion. For LCTV News, I'm Josh Englander.
On a more artistic note, members of the GLPA proudly displayed their work in the foyer of the Damascus YMCA for their third annual photographic exhibit, covering a range of subjects and places from right here in Lynn to across the oceans. The Greater Lynn Photographic Association held their third annual members exhibit at the Damascus YMCA this past weekend. Featuring work from dozens of members, subject material ranged from objects to nature to people. One of the exhibiting artists and member of the board, Jim Gallagher, spoke about the history of the GLPA and how members of the community can get involved.
Hi, I'm Jim Gallagher, and I'm a member of the Greater Lynn Photographic Association located on Boston Street, right across from Sacred Heart Church in the City of Lynn, Massachusetts. We were founded in 1888 by a group of photographers that work for General Electric in the city of Lynn, which was part of Thomas Edison's first couple of plants. Now, what we do is we are mostly amateurs. If you come to one of our shows, you will notice that we cover the world. Most of us are above 40 years of age, not all of us, but most of us, and that is because we have the free time to do it. As far as photography goes, I concentrate basically on portraiture and landscape photography. The picture to my left was taken in Hull, Massachusetts, one day when my wife didn't want the dog in the house all day, so the dog and I went down to Hull, and I took a picture while the dog sniffed around the beach. This is a picture of Boston Light and Graves Light in the distance. I'd like to invite everybody to come down to the Greater Lynn Photographic Association and see what we're like. If you come more than 3 or 4 times, we're going to ask you to join. But if you come 1 or 2, you're more than welcome.
For LCTV News, I'm Danny Vittori. Lynn Community Health Center has announced the official launch of a mobile healthcare unit, which would increase their accessibility and outreach towards the community. The clinical van was funded by Mass General Brigham to address the healthcare needs of the city. This van will be equipped with a full exam room, a waiting room, lab draw, point-of-care testing, and a space for intake and case management services, allowing the staff to provide services ranging from preventative screenings to chronic illness management. On-demand addiction treatment and harm reduction services will also be provided, all with the goal of breaking down barriers to healthcare access and supporting people who may not be comfortable coming into a brick-and-mortar setting. On the afternoon of the 8th, people all across the country looked to the sky to catch a glimpse of the solar eclipse, a rare event as the next one will not occur until 2044. Donning glasses to watch the eclipse safely, the library held a viewing event filling the lawn with residents, including some of our youngest members who were more than willing to share their experiences viewing the celestial event.
We're having a solar eclipse viewing party today. We were the lucky recipients through StarNet in their SEAL program, Solar Eclipse Activities for Libraries. They provided us with 500 eclipse glasses to give out to the community. So we were giving them out all last week, and we saved some for today for anyone that wanted to come on the lawn on this beautiful day and enjoy the solar eclipse.
My name is Owen. This is my first time to see the eclipse.
My name is Melody, and I'm excited to see the eclipse because it's my first time, and it's really cool.
My name is Kevin. I am excited to see the eclipse because it's my first time.
My name is Bella, and I'm really excited to see the eclipse because it's my first time and I've never seen it before, and I think it's cool.
A group of students from Harvard's Graduate School of Design have created an interactive game to teach residents about coastal erosion affecting the Central and South Harbor of Lynn. This 15-week initiative, titled Envisioning a Climate-Ready Future in Lynn, builds off work done in April of last year and demonstrates how the city can best prepare itself for climate change. The students will be working with organizations, community members, and the planning department to, quote, better understand the effects of climate change, envision how investments in climate adaptation can simultaneously improve quality of life and equity outcomes, and ultimately empower the community to respond to this generational challenge, end quote. This includes conducting interviews and focus groups as well. Next up on the 9th, students from all 6 Lynn high schools filled City Hall in recognition of Student Government Day, traditionally held on the first Friday of April. A morning of games and scavenger hunts culminated in the main event in the City Council chambers, where members of the schools debated on issues such as climate change and transportation in a mock City Council meeting.
Today we are here for Student Government Day. It's like a very exciting day that students get to know about City Hall, they get to know about the city in general, and they get to know about government.
I think what's important about Student Government Day is the opportunity to learn a vision of government that is student voice focused. Because I think as elected officials, it's our duty and obligation to activate youth voices at the table of policy decision making. So we like to hear from students, staff, and to see how we can all partner up together to achieve our vision as student success. We want our students to be successful and to be able to understand government.
I think that this is a great opportunity for our students to be able to, as Member Castellano said, be able to just have the opportunity to know what each elected official does and what we do as a city partnered together. I think that it gives each student the ability to just voice their concerns and be able to see that they can too make a difference and make a change, and they might see themselves maybe one day in our shoes, which is great.
Ina Howard Hogan, the Chief Justice at Lynn Court, was a former basketball player of mine. And so many students come back and serve in our community, and that is what I want them to do.
It's so important for students to be able to see these type of opportunities because these are our future leaders, and to learn from, as a first generation low income student myself at Lynn English, like I had opportunities to learn public service from mentors, and I think these opportunities allow us to network with younger folks who we do this for. I think all my members here in front of you all share strong passion and views on helping students, and I think it's important that our students are able to connect with their city officials. It could change lives.
I want them to learn about government, I want them to fall in love with Lynn, and I want them to come back and give back to Lynn, because we need them. We need them, all their voices.
For the first time since 2020, the Lynn Community Connection Coalition hosted their Child Abuse Prevention Lunch at Elhand, meant to educate the community on recognizing the signs of abuse, as well as resources available to them and the children affected.
April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, so what we're doing today is we're doing a Child Abuse Prevention Luncheon to bring attention and awareness to child abuse and how we can help in preventing and offering resources to that. The Lynn Community Connection Coalition is a program that's funded through DCF, and what we do is we support our local area DCF office, and DCF involve families and individuals. We also are really a community resource where we're looking to connect people to resources. This lunch usually happens on a yearly basis. I started with the coalition 4 years ago, 3 weeks before the pandemic, and since then we haven't been able to host this event because of the pandemic, and now we're back here in person. We've been having our monthly meetings, and this is the event that we really work towards on a yearly basis.
We're tremendously fortunate to be as connected as we are, and the LCCC plays such an important role in fostering that connection. So thank you to Brandy and Jesse and Danny, the role of the board, the entire team, for what you do every day. It's really an honor to work with all of you, so thank you for that.
Mayor Nicholson has been super supportive. We've hosted several events at City Hall. We're just thankful for his support. To see it all come together right now, I'm very happy with what it's turned out to be, and I'm just really hoping for it to be a well-attended event and that people will be able to come in, enjoy each other's company, have some lunch, enjoy the rest of their day.
Gala is ringing the bell, calling for submissions to their upcoming spring art exhibit. The theme this year is pink, to represent the upcoming season of rejuvenation and renewal. Artists are encouraged to explore and interpret this theme however they see fit, including the expression of emotions or creating a culturally significant piece. The take-in period is May 8th through the 11th, or by appointment, with the opening reception for the show on the 18th. With the Cambodian New Year right around the corner, a Khmer flag raising was held at City Hall on the afternoon of the 11th, accompanied by performances, speeches, and prayer in front of a large crowd.
On Thursday, April 11th, Lynn City officials and members of the Cambodian community gathered to celebrate the Khmer New Year. The celebration officially takes place between April 13th to the 16th every year and features a ton of festivities. Filled with dancing, prayer, and a flag-raising ceremony to top it all off, people first gathered in the Lynn City Hall foyer to listen to speeches given by several speakers, including Mayor Jared Nicholson.
We are honored to be able to host this Khmer flag raising event that I look forward to every year. It's such a blessing to have a vibrant Khmer community here in the City of Lynn, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to celebrate that community and all of your contributions to our wonderful city.
After speeches, the audience was treated to a dance that happens annually at City Hall to help celebrate the occasion. After some more words, everyone went outside in the rain to sing and raise the flag of Cambodia. For LCTV News, I'm Josh Englander.
Hitting cleanup, the sports update. Lynn Classical proved victorious in the first annual Volleyball City Championship over the weekend, downing Kip Academy in straight sets 25-18, 25-14, and 25-15. The teams were tied 10-10 in the first set, but the Rams went on a 15-8 run to grab and retain the momentum, winning the third set and the championship on an ace. Sophomore Long Pham earned the MVP nod for the tournament. The Rams upped their record to 4-1, beating Pioneer Charter later in the week. St. Mary's Baseball opened their season with the win, downing defending state champion Milton 3-0 on the 6th. Pitcher Josh Donnie was lights out, striking out 10 batters across 6 innings. They won again, shutting out Bishop Fenwick 5-0 at home, while allowing just 1 hit by the visitors. While their softball team 0-2 is still searching for their first win, losing 4-1 to Bishop Fenwick on the 10th. The weather finally cleared enough for Tech and Salem Academy to square off at Fraser Field on the 6th. The Tigers doubled up on Salem 10-5 behind Colin Newhall, going 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and Nevin Gonzalez registering hits in both his plate appearances. Their ace, Will McCaffrey, lived up to the hype, registering 9 strikeouts and no earned runs in 5 innings of work. This was followed by a 3-1 loss to Boston Collegiate Charter. A young classical team suffered a 9-1 loss to Linfield on opening day. It was tied 1-1 through 5, but the Pioneers grabbed 8 runs in the final 2 innings. The Rams rebounded, dominating Everett 12-1 for their first win of the year. Christian Figueroa led the offense and defense, going 3 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs and striking out 10 on the mound. In softball, the Rams scored 8 times as many runs, 16-2 over Malden for their first win of the season. Elisa Olias went 2 for 4 at the plate with 3 RBIs, while also recording 3 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. The English softball team came to play, posting an 8-0 stomping of Somerville. 3 players had multi-hit games, while pitcher Ariana Labani was dealing, recording 14 strikeouts in 5 innings. However, Everett managed to escape with a 7-6 win over the Bulldogs on the 10th. Their baseball team took care of Everett 8-2 on the road. 7 Bulldogs recorded hits. Scoreless through 2, they put up 6 in the 3rd to break away. In a Lynn v. Lynn lacrosse showdown, the Spartans topped the Lynn Jets 2-1. It was St. Mary's first win of the season, while the Jets dropped to 2-3. but the Jets rebounded with a dramatic double overtime victory 6-5 against Somerville on the 11th. In tennis, the boys Spartans were also victorious 3-2 over the Salem Witches. The Sox ended their road trip trampling the LA Angels 12-2 over the weekend. Catcher Reese McGuire drove in 5. Tyler O'Neill, a new addition to the outfield, notched his 5th home run of the young season, and Tanner Houck pitched another beauty, going 6 scoreless innings with 7 strikeouts. However, they were swept in their home opener series by division rival Baltimore Orioles. As for the Celtics, they continue to break records, most recently with Jaylen Brown, who reached 10,000 career points in a 124-107 win over the Portland Trail Blazers. He is the 15th Celtic to do so, having played for the Green and White his entire career. They then suffered their 17th and 18th losses of the year, 104-91 to the Milwaukee Bucks and 118-109 to the New York Knicks. The Bruins are also picking up steam headed into the final 2 weeks of the regular season, having won their last 4 of 5 games, including hosting and beating the Florida Panthers 3-2 in overtime, courtesy of a steal and one-timer by Jasper Boquist. Their one loss came courtesy of the Carolina Hurricanes, 4-1 on the 9th. The North Shore Juneteenth Association is holding their 5th annual Black Excellence 5K next Saturday the 20th. All proceeds go towards supporting free programming hosted by NSJA. Their founder and president, Nicole McClain, joined us on the Lowdown to discuss race logistics as well as the communal impact. Hello and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on the president and founder of North Shore Juneteenth Association, Nicole McClain. Thanks for coming back on.
Oh, so good to be here, and it's awesome to see people that I know on the screen right here. I'm like, I know all 3 of those people.
Oh, yeah.
In your opening clip right there. Yeah.
I see, I like that. You already know people. You already know things. This is good. It's familiar.
Yeah, it's very familiar. Nice to be in the city that I appreciate and love. Doing things.
And on that note, you're here to talk about the annual 5K that you do that's going to be in a few weeks. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Definitely. So we started the 5K in 2018, and it's called the Black Excellence 5K, and it runs from Rolly's Tavern around the Flax Pond and then back to Rolly's Tavern. It's 3.1 miles. You can walk or you can run. And along the route, you'll see historical figures of Black Americans who have done great things. This run is all about representation and making sure that people see themselves in the great people that have been in the city and around the world, really, in the Black American community. So at the end of the race, you'll see our local Black Excellence banners. We have about 4 of them, and they picture local Black excellence, which is local Black Americans in the diaspora that are doing great things in the city of Lynn and the North Shore.
I love that idea. And has that been something you've always done, having the banners and historical people? Has that always been in the race, or was that added later?
No, that's been in the race from the beginning. At the very beginning, we didn't have the nice banners that we have now. We had to make something. So along the route, we have some A-frames that show scientists, they show Olympians, politicians, and various things. As the people are running and walking, they can see those images. Yeah.
And now that it's your 5th year, is there anything different or extra that you're doing for it? Or?
You know, nothing's going to be different this year, but I do want to work with Raw Arts next year to put a little bit more, jazzy depictions or images along the route. So maybe we can get some, local artists to create some pictures for us that we could showcase as people are running and walking.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so. I'm excited to talk to Rosario about that.
Mm-hmm. And you were even mentioning representation. Since the last time you've been on here, you were elected, and then Natasha as well, the first. So how is that with you now have more representation, which is amazing, but how does that feel to be some of those trailblazers?
Well, it's amazing to actually be history, right? Now I am a part of Black history for the City of Lynn, so I'm very excited about that. And also to be alongside Natasha Madri as well, and to work with her is amazing. So yeah, it's a great honor. Yeah.
It's definitely something that it's amazing to see, and having that representation. And I know a big piece of the organization too is making Black people more visible as well, so that, like you said, young people can see themselves, maybe making a difference.
Right. It makes me think of Frederick Douglass, because he's like the most, at his time, he was the most pictured, or he had the most images of himself out into the world. And the reason for him doing that was to make sure Black Americans were seen in a dignified, more professional way than, being enslaved and showing those pictures of a battered or negative image of Black Americans. So that is me. I feel like it's me carrying on that legacy of Frederick Douglass and his idea of making sure there's images of, professionals, and there's images of, positive Black Americans in the world. Yeah.
And you definitely do that. And I'll say, getting back, you mentioned that it's in the race as well. So how do people go about registering for it? How does that all work?
You can definitely go to our website to register, nsjuneteenth.com, or you can go on Run Sign Up to register as well. So there's two different platforms where you can sign up, and you can find us also on Facebook, Instagram as well, and there's links to sign up on those social media platforms as well.
And I was curious, it said if you have 3 or more people, there's certain price deals, there's certain ways to do it as well. It's a little different.
Oh, that is true. If you have a team of 3 or more people, you're able to get a reduced price for your registration. Right now, registration is $35 per person. So if you do it as a team, I believe you get a discount of $5 or $10 to get a team together. So that gives you a little bit of a way to save money, but it's also for a great cause as well. So, we're doing great things. North Shore Juneteenth Association, as an organization, we put on a lot of free events throughout the year. So this 5K is like one of our fundraising events. And we also have the Hats and Hills Tea, that's a fundraising event, so that we can continue those free offerings as well to the community.
You took my next question. It was gonna be, no, you're ahead of the ball. I like it. You're seeing where I'm directing this. Where does the money go towards? So it does.
Right, it goes towards our free programming. We do a backpack drive where we, buy backpacks for kids every year, and we just give them away to the community members. We do our Juneteenth celebration where we have free food. We do our Frederick Douglass reading. There's also free food there and free activities. So these 2 events that we do as fundraisers go toward making sure those events continue. Yeah.
And I am curious, just to clarify, do you have to register as a team, or you can register as an individual, do it on your own? How does...
Oh, absolutely. You can definitely register as an individual, but we do encourage teams because in the past we've had great organizations support us, such as Leo Head Start, Copyright Printing has made a team, and these are teams of like 16 people. So even in the past, the Lynn City Hall has made a team as well. So yeah, so we love to see like that type of camaraderie and all those people sporting their regalia, whatever they wear, their T-shirts, and they're all together walking the 5K and supporting. That's awesome.
True. Last year, there were some cool shirts last year. The people, really went into it, and you could just tell who was in each group, which I thought was awesome.
Which I thought is great, right? I love that. I love seeing that, they came together as a group to support North Shore Juneteenth Association, and they're showing off their stuff, you know what I mean, to do it. And I think we had DCF out there, too. Doing that, and also Gorton's Fishery from Gloucester.
Oh wow!
They were like in yellow or something, I think, and they did the race, and that's pretty cool. I loved seeing the teams and how they represent. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you yourself participate in it, or is it you're one of the organizers?
I'm an organizer, and I'm running around like a crazy person, so I've never been able to do it yet. But I'm hopefully in my future I'll be able to actually run the race or walk it.
You get the mileage, just not in the race. You get it before it.
I know. I see everybody go off and like this little horn, and then everybody runs off, and I'm like, oh, I want to go. But no, I'm sitting back, making sure everything is like still okay here, and at the finish line, and that there's water and fruit and things for the people when they come back. And then people finish we've had people finish in 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Like they're back quite quickly, some of them.
That would not be me, for good for them. Good for them.
I mean, we got some runners out there, and we've had Lynn Tech participate, and I think they've done it since 2018. Lynn Tech has had runners in the race since 2018, since the beginning, I believe. So we're happy to have some schools from Lynn Public Schools join us as well.
Oh yeah, some of the younger people, right?
Yeah.
Some of the students.
Yep. In the past, they've won. Just recently, though, it was all adults that won, but. Yeah, we love to see the Lynn Public School track teams join us. So if you're out there, Lynn Public Schools, classical, English.
Because it was mentioned too, there is a small, I don't know if it was prize, there was something for the top finishers for men and women too.
Yes, it's usually cash prizes. Our first races, it wasn't cash, but these races it has been. So $100 for first place, second place is $75, and third place is $50. So there's an incentive too if you win, I mean.
Hey, that's not bad.
Everybody's not out here to win, but if you do win, you get something.
Yeah. If you do, you get it, right?
Right. You earned it. Coming back in like 17 minutes.
Again, good for you. I'm not doing it. The thing that I didn't ask was, when does the race start as well? You mentioned it starts at rallies, but what's the
time of the start? The race starts at 10 o'clock. If you want to register the day of the race, you can get there at like 9, and we can register you on the day of. And then the race will start at 10. Yeah, and it's usually over. We're all done and packed up and gone by noon usually.
Oh, okay. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
I had the question and it was lost. But but there isn't a limit how many people can register, correct? It's not, you don't have to worry about, there might not be spots left or something if you register.
Right, yeah. You're definitely able to register. I mean, in the beginning we had a certain amount of people could register in order to get like a 5K hat or there's a lanyard too. So if you register early, you're able to get those two added pieces of swag, the hat and the lanyard. But if you register like now, there's no incentive as far as that goes. There's no more hats and lanyards left.
No, but that's all right.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Yeah.
You can still register. It's a good cause.
It is. It's a great cause.
It's a great cause.
It is.
Yeah.
I said I'll be wrapping it up in a minute, but I think we cover everything.
I think we did. I hope I didn't talk too quickly because I talk fast.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so I was nice and okay. Wonderful.
Yes. Good. Nice and good, very precise.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate
trying
you
to get the information out there.
Yeah, and I appreciate you taking the time with all the different hats that you wear. We do appreciate you coming on.
Danny. I love being here. I love talking to you, so thanks for inviting me on.
All right, welcome anytime. And once again, this has been the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and we'll see you next week with more guests. Now the community calendar. This Sunday the 14th, Sweet Sadie's Difference Makers is holding their annual 5K walk and run at the Breakheart Reservation, 177 Forest Street. Beginning at 10 a.m., the registration fee is $30. Interested parties can visit Sweet Sadie's website for more information and to sign up. This event was begun to raise funds for combating diseases such as ALS, MD, and FTD. In addition to the 5K, there will also be raffles and refreshments. Every other year, there is a Massachusetts Youth Count surveying unaccompanied youth aged 25 and younger. Anyone who completes the survey will receive a stipend of $20. To raise awareness of this survey, the Essex County Youth Action Board is hosting an event at the Democus YMCA from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 16th. Youth can complete the survey on site as well as participate in activities such as basketball and board games, as well as free food and raffles. The Boys and Girls Club of Lynn, in collaboration with Private Jewels Boxing, is hosting the 4th annual King of the Ring. This is a 3-day event taking place from the 18th to the 20th and featuring over 100 boxers from the U.S. and Canada. Doors open at 6 p.m. each night. Tickets are $25 for regular seating and $30 for VIP. All proceeds will be split, benefiting both the Boys and Girls Club and Jewels Boxing. That wraps up the news for this week. Visit lyntv.org to stay updated on all the latest happenings and announcements from around the city. And subscribe to Lynn Community Television on social media for breaking news and reminders. To access even more videos from both members and staff, head to Lynn Community Television on YouTube. I'm Danny Vittori, this is LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Encompass Health, North Shore Community College, Leo Inc., Brotherhood Credit Union, and Daoulas Brothers Construction.